How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be discussing 6 fighters, right? 6 fighters that you guys need to keep an eye out for next year. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, this is in no particular order. I do have 4 fighters that are in the UFC and 2 fighters that are outside of the UFC, so hopefully you guys get put onto some good game. But first, let's start off with Diego Lopes. 3 fights in the UFC, but he has a whole lot of experience, man. Look at this guy's resume. It's just full of fights, guys. And he is a new fighter in the UFC. 3 fights in the UFC, by the way, but they've all been highly competitive. Even the loss that he took to Evloev, which is a fighter that we're going to mention later on in this video, was highly competitive. There were some points in that fight where Diego Lopes probably could have ended the fight, but he was just a little bit unlucky. But this guy can submit people, this guy can KO people. He's a very exciting fighter. Even whenever he is in, I guess, non-dominant positions, he is able to still be a threat. And this guy is a person that you guys should definitely look out for next year. Highly entertaining, highly flashy. I know the dude's a little weird, but you know, this guy is a really solid fighter and somebody you guys should be looking out for next year, definitely. Now, the next fighter on our list is someone who's going to be appearing at UFC 300, confirmed by Dana White. He's going to be facing Cody Brundage, if my memory serves me right. But that is none other than Bo Nickal. Bo Nickal is a fighter who is already a legend in the wrestling department. He's competed against the likes of Gordon Ryan and was highly competitive. He's training over at American Top Team, and you know that American Top Team is known for having some great mentors, great professionals, great teaching overall. So they're going to be putting this guy to work. Apparently, he had his first pro fight, and after that fight, the UFC started calling him and they wanted to sign him after just one pro fight. That is crazy. This guy has insane hype behind him. ESPN, I think, named him Rookie of the Year. So yeah, UFC 300, definitely tune in to watch Bo Nickal. His last fight, you know, he was able to show us that he does have knockout power in the middleweight division. So it's going to be very exciting to see what his career turns out to be like, you know. And he is very young, 27 years old, barely entering his physical prime. So let's see what the year holds out for him. But this is definitely someone you guys want to watch next year for sure. Now, the next fighter that we're going to mention on this list is a fighter who is undefeated. 5 fights in the UFC, fights in the flyweight division, and that is none other than Mohamed Mokaev. This guy is only 23 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you guys, for a fighter that is 23 years old, this guy has really good decision making. Really good decision making. As soon as he has his opponent rocked, he goes ahead and does what he does best, and that is his submissions. This guy is a submission specialist, and he knows that. He knows where his strengths are at. He doesn't try to ego out his fights. This guy has really good decision making, and I mean literally, for someone who is 23 years old, that is absolutely unheard of. And this guy is showing real potential to be a serious problem in the flyweight division really soon. His last fight was against Tim Elliott, and Tim Elliott is a super game fighter. He's been in the UFC for a while, veteran of the sport, and Mohamed was absolutely outpositioning him in the grappling department. Some really high level stuff. He's definitely a fighter you guys would need to see in 2024. Now, the next fighter that I want to mention in this video, and the last fighter that's in the UFC, is none other than Movsar Evloev. He is 29 years old, in the middle of his prime, training over at American Top Team, a really good gym. 17-0, 3 KOs, 4 submissions, never tasted defeat in his career. He had a very competitive fight with Diego Lopes, and that fight had a whole lot of grappling. But it proved that Evloev has really great decision-making skills, because he was just able to outposition Diego Lopes long enough to secure that win. So it proves that this guy is really high level. Right now, he is ranked number 9 in the featherweight division, and next year, definitely you guys are going to be hearing this guy's name. He's going to be competing for the belt soon. I promise you guys. I would really like to see him, you know, compete against the likes of Ilia Topuria, maybe Arnold Allen, Max Holloway. This guy can definitely compete with them 100%. This is a fighter that you guys want to keep your eyes out for, without a doubt. Now, this is a section of the video where I start talking about fighters who don't even do MMA, but still I want to include them in this list of fighters that you guys need to keep an eye out for 2024. Now, this guy, his name is Taiwanchai PK Saenchai. Look, if you guys have not seen a Muay Thai event from One Championship, do yourself a favor and turn one on, man. I promise you guys will not be disappointed. This guy is the current featherweight Muay Thai world champion over at One Championship. This guy was only like 20 years old when he faced a legendary Sitthichai. For those guys that don't know, he is a very, very good Muay Thai fighter. His last fight was against Superbon, which was highly competitive, and Superbon is a fighter who is very, very high level within his own right. But yeah, this guy, he wants to challenge for people that are outside of his discipline. He wants to face the current featherweight kickboxing champion Alizov next year. So if you guys have never seen a Muay Thai event from One Championship, that is a fight I would definitely recommend for you guys to go watch. Now, the last fighter that I want to mention on this list is none other than Jonathan the General Haggerty, the former flyweight Muay Thai world champion and the current bantamweight Muay Thai and the bantamweight kickboxing world champion. Jonathan Haggerty had an amazing year. This guy goes out to knock out Nong O, the legend in Muay Thai, and then goes on to compete November 3rd, 2023 against Fabricio Andrade, and he beats him via KO in a one-sided fight in the second round. But not only is he beating people in Muay Thai and kickboxing, he also wants to take Fabricio Andrade's MMA belt. So he wants to be a champion in Muay Thai, kickboxing, and freaking MMA. Champion in 3 different disciplines. That is absolutely freaking unheard of. The hype is real for this guy. That fight is most likely going to be taking place 2024, and we are definitely going to be covering that fight, no doubt about it. But that pretty much just sums up my video. Those are the 6 fighters that you guys need to keep an eye out for 2024. But yeah, if there's any fighters that you guys feel like I left out, make sure you guys write their name down in the comment section below. Have a good one.